Weeks into the new year, and many of us are prioritizing our wellness resolutions. But what fitness trends are in and out? Maggie Downey from Personal Euphoria is here to show us. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, so this is a great time to get into fitness, and there's trends this year are really holistic, really about being healthy and strong.
Yes.
And so they're focusing on functional fitness, hybrid, which means we're doing a variety of moves in our week, and recovery, which is really key because it's sometimes how we break plateaus, and we need rest, right?
And we often skip that.
We skip it. So on the one hand, I spend my life trying to convince people to exercise. But if you're committed to exercise, people often feel like if they take one day off, they're never going to come back to it. But we need those days off. So functional fitness is big moves that incorporate the whole body that train us for activities we're going to face in daily life.
Okay.
So one example of that would be, I'm going to have you grab a weight there, Taylor, if you want to do this, although always harder in heels.
Listen, I wore pants just for you, okay? We're in heels. We're always in heels, but that's fine. We can make it work. Okay.
So in the heels, what I'm going to have you do is do opposite arm and opposite leg.
Okay, so it's like this?
Yep. And one of the reasons you're doing opposites is because now we're doing upper and lower body.
Okay.
But we're training the core a little bit more and playing with balance.
Yes, okay.
And you could step it up. If you have a step in your house, you could step up.
I'll let you do that.
And do a bicep curl with that.
Sure.
Right? And so functional movement. You could also hold your weight at chest height, and the arms are going to go out and in, so we've got upper body, and you're going to do that with like a forward walking lunge.
Ooh,
so you step forward into a lunge.
I feel that. Okay.
And there's balance in that too, and then you could take it backwards. So when you run out of space in your room, you head back, right? And you might feel, I don't know about you, but I already feel like my heart taking up a breath, my breath.
It doesn't take much for me,
It doesn't, but that's the next part, is the hybrid. So a little bit of strength, which we just incorporated, and then cardio.
Okay.
Both endurance, where you maybe go for a brisk walk for 3 miles or a light jog, or once a week, maybe a 10-minute HIIT class where you take it up, you take it down.
Yes.
So we want some variety.
Because I think a lot of people work to that point but don't get past it. Do you know what I'm saying in terms of making sure they're getting their cardio up?
Yes, right. Like a lot of people don't like to feel that challenge, that windedness.
Yes.
But our lungs need it and our heart needs it. It's really key. So, and again, if you really hate the high intensity, start with low grade, a little winded, but you could still talk to each other.
Yeah.
Right? Like you could just be marching in place.
Yeah.
Right?
And you don't necessarily even need the weights. Like if you're repeating a movement over and over again, you're still going to get that, that workout.
Even for functional fitness, you don't have to start with weights. You could start with your own body weight. So you could do the walking lunges, no weights.
Okay.
And then the recovery is to really think about spending, maybe one of your workouts is all stretching.
Yeah.
So you could do a hamstring stretch, putting your foot again up on a step.
Absolutely.
Hinging forward to look for a stretch in that hamstring.
It's so funny, but I feel that under my knee for sure. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, and the tendons of the hamstring are back there, so that's why. So if you feel it in your knee, always soften the knee a little and try to get it more behind your thigh.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Yep.
There it is, yep.
And we want to do that both for our recovery, but if we're sitting all day, that's a great stretch.
Absolutely.
And you can use the tools you have. Again, this box would mimic like 1 or 2 steps in your house.
Okay.
Yep.
Good to know.
Ice. We normally think ice for recovery, but that's a little bit out. Research is showing ice might impede recovery. So the people who are doing ice baths, like, get out of here?
Well,
it is a huge trend. Ice baths are trending this year too. And there seem to be some links with improving immunity, so it's not necessarily completely out for everything. Okay. But for muscle recovery, it might slow down muscle recovery. That's the new science on that.
What about cold plunges? What are your thoughts on those?
I hate them personally. But I mean, I think there's cultures that have done that all along. The hot to cold to hot to cold. The hot to cold transition, the science is interesting on that. That might actually help encourage blood flow. It pumps the blood and pulls it out. So it might help with healing. So the alternating could be good. Which is why A, it's important to do your research, but B, maybe consult with either your doctor or a fitness expert like yourself to make sure that the workouts that you're doing work for your body. And if people want to learn more, where can they follow you? PersonalEuphoria.com. Good stuff. And look, I'm already winded. See, this is embarrassing, guys. I clearly need to start working out and prioritizing my own wellness in the new year, but thank you for helping us get started. Yep, this is the time of year to start. This is when most people stop, so you can start today. You can start today. That is the key.